watched Woo's classic heroic bloodshed movie Hard Boiled, and we've all played the legendary Max Payne games on the PC. So just how good is Stranglehold in comparison? Stranglehold is a third-person shooter for 360, PS3 and Windows. It's been written as a sequel to John Woo's 1992 movie Hard Boiled, and you play Chow Yun-fat's character, Inspector Tequila, battling against rival gangs of triads and Russian mafia after a fellow police officer is kidnapped. The game is aesthetically stunning. The animated exposition scenes are movie quality, and the scenery is detailed and atmospheric. As well as a meticulous attention to detail, there are plenty of nice touches like the Cantonese chatter in the background. The AI is set up so your opponents react differently depending where on their body you shoot them, which makes for plenty of cool, sharp shooting shots. In Stranglehold, everything is destructible, thanks to its massive D physics engine. The engine makes for one of, if not the, most interactive and spectacular seconds ever, which means that the game feels even more cinematic as pieces of wall, building and furniture splinter and fly around you. Inspector Tequila, voiced and motion captured by Chow Yun-fat, moves so gracefully. He has all the characteristic dives and flips you'd associate with a Hong Kong action movie, and he can interact with the scenery to pull out some really stylish moves like sliding down rails and diving onto trolleys, shooting the hell out of anything that moves as he goes. Tequila also has a number of special actions, like Tequila Time, kind of like bullet time, which is activated by diving and shooting at an opponent, which then gives you time to aim and a nice sepia tint while you do it. There are also 4 special moves called Tequila Bombs. These give you health, precision aim, invincibility, and the 4th is a smart bomb, which beautifully recreates the classic John Woo slow-motion circle of dual pistol death, doves and all, killing all the enemies in the room. So far, so slick. But unfortunately, the gameplay doesn't quite live up to its gorgeous stylings. In fact, the game is entirely motivated by the way it looks. You generate the power to execute tequila bombs by doing stylish moves, and the plot is virtually non-existent, serving only to take you through a series of graphically interesting locales. Your objective is basically to shoot everyone and look as cool as possible whilst doing it. This does make it very playable for the casual or inexperienced gamer, but this kind of instant gratification play will be a lot less satisfying to the majority of gamers who want something, well, challenging. There is very little thinking involved, and you're basically on rails throughout the level, with no alternative routes and plenty of locked doors. There are no decisions to make, and the controls are heavily assisted by the game, which takes a lot of the skill and the fun out of playing. And easy as it is to pick up and play, sometimes the game's controls can leave you fumbling. Now when you're in dual pistol mode, you will instinctively want to use both right and left trigger buttons as you would in Halo, for example. However, in Stranglehold, the left trigger button is actually used for diving, and so until you get used to this, this can be a bit annoying and, quite frankly, embarrassing. Many gamers have pointed out the similarities between Stranglehold and the old-school shooter Max Payne, and it's true that both feature heroes slow-moing their way through gun-toting destruction, but given that Payne was itself based on Woo's film work, it's hard to criticise Stranglehold for the apparent similarity. In conclusion, it's hard to justify spending £40 on just 8 hours of gameplay, no matter how stylish it looks. Instead, we recommend you spend a £5 and rent it for the weekend. Stranglehold gets a disappointing 3 out of 5.